Welcome back to our Halo Let's Play. This is what,
we
episode
talking
11.
about the Avengers more than actually talking about Halo.
Hey, Master Chief is an Avenger. Don't you remember the scene in the movie where Master Chief goes inside Thanos' butthole? You don't remember that?
It activates his overshield.
He uses an energy sword and hits him right in the prostate. Assuming Thanos has a prostate, we don't know the...
Captain America says, Master Chief, what are you doing? He says, sir, finishing this fight.
Captain America's like, you got all the Infinity Stones, Master Chief, and Master Chief is like, you mean the Chaos Emeralds?
Oh my god.
There are 6 Infinity Stones, and there were originally 6 Chaos Emeralds. The Infinity Stones are the Chaos Emeralds. I rest my case. So we were.
Maybe that's what they're gonna do in the Sonic movie.
They're the Infinity Stones. I don't think there's gonna be Chaos Emeralds in the Sonic movie. I really don't.
You don't think you're gonna dive into that lore just yet?
I don't think there's gonna be, or it'll be something stupid. Like Robotnik makes the Chaos Emeralds in the lab, and Sonic goes supersonic at the end because of them. Oh, ugh. I'm gonna die. This movie makes me want to end my life. So we were talking about why I don't like Banner controlling the Hulk, and this is why. The Banner and the Hulk are separate characters. That's the whole point. So
there's sort of control. He sort of controls at the end of the Avengers.
Well, like, it's okay, like, if he can, like, kind of, like, feed, like, the Hulk and him can, like, work together and feed off of each other.
One of my favorite things about, like, The Incredible Hulk, which is, I feel, a mostly underrated movie, is, like, when the guy at the end is like, well, I can't control him, but maybe I can aim him. Like that.
Yeah.
So that to me is cool.
Because, like, if Banner can actually control the Hulk, why not, like, then what's the point? Like, so he's this super smart dude with all of these abilities. Like, he's like possibly the smartest person on the planet, one of the smartest people on the planet, and he's got this like amazing, super strong alter ego, and he can be super smart while he's still in the alter ego. Then what's the point? You know, people are scared of the Hulk because he doesn't have control. Like complete control. So when if he could have control over the Hulk, then what's the difference between Hulk and just another strong hero?
That's true.
Like it's okay for him to point him, and it's okay for them to work together. I think that's good.
There was also that theory that at some point they're gonna use the Soul Stone to separate Hulk and Banner.
I mean, sure.
Like maybe if Mark Ruffalo just doesn't want to be Hulk anymore.
If you want to have an end, then yeah. Well, you can have Hulk as a character without Banner, but you can't have Banner as a character without the Hulk. Like the whole point of his character is over. I could see that them using like them to separate. I don't know. Like if that's the end, I would like it.
Yeah.
Like if they're like, we're not gonna have Mark Ruffalo be the Hulk anymore, we're gonna have the Hulk show up. All right, fine, whatever, I can deal with it. But Banner and separating the whole, like, then you've ended Banner's story, and Banner should not show up anymore. Like that's the whole thing. I would like to see a movie about the Hulk with Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk in his own movie. I know that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, because Universal owns Hulk solo rights.
Yeah, which is dumb, but what are you gonna do? Except buy Universal.
No, don't do that. Disney, stop.
Have you seen? There's like a new picture on Disney's website. I'll just show it to you.
Yeah, no, it's like I am all for X-Men coming back to the MCU, the Fantastic Four coming back. But I wish they could find a way to do it that didn't sacrifice.
Well, here's the thing. Like, think of the billions of dollars they spent on Fox. That is not just the rights to...
Yeah.
If they wanted just that stuff, they could have bought it. And I would have been like, yeah, sure, you probably should. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, they could have just bought the rights to that stuff. They even could have just bought, like, the rights to Avatar, too, if they really wanted it. Like, it's in their theme park, whatever. You do not have to buy the whole company. That's what I have an issue with.
Yeah.
Like, it would have been cheaper to just buy those things.
Like,
it should have been cheaper.
The only reason they bought the whole thing was to reduce competition, which is the opposite of what anyone should want.
So this is their website now. Walt Disney's website. So we've added it's a picture. It says the Walt Disney Company, and it's got some ESPN type pictures. It's got a picture of Frozen, a picture of Fantasia Mickey. It's got Woody. It's got a picture of Ray, and it's got a picture of Captain Marvel, and it's got a picture from their nature documentaries. And now they've added Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, the poster for The Shape of Water, a picture from Atlanta, and a picture of Bart Simpson. right next to Captain Marvel. Oh, and a picture of Avatar in the middle of right in the middle of Woody and Captain Marvel. It looks like Bart is like staring at Captain Marvel. He's like checking her out or something. God, I don't like this.
No, I don't. Like, also, sure, the X-Men movies have had a spotty record, but I still, I like the fact that they sort of had their own like feel and to it, because one thing I do mostly have to complain about the MCU, and I know people don't agree with me on this. I don't like how they all mostly have the same tone. Like, Infinity War was a nice change of pace because it took it there's still funny elements to it, but the comics all have like just such wildly different tones, and to say like, oh, like comic movies should be this one singular tone, just ignores so many comics. Like, imagine how much better Iron Man 2 would have been if they had actually gone through with showing his alcoholism.
Robert Downey Jr. wouldn't let them do that, though, because he doesn't want to...
Yeah, like, that also makes sense. Like, but, I don't know, they kind of, like, cheapened, like, their way out. Like, they had him have, like, oh, the thing, like, in his chest is killing him, which he can just surgically remove.
Oh yeah, and they do. That's the thing I really like about Infinity War, like, kind of, is that there are consequences. Like, we are going to undo those consequences, yeah, but we as an audience and the characters have to actually live with it and deal with it for at least a time. We, the audience, have to live a full year knowing that these characters are dead and knowing that, yeah, they're probably going to come back, but not knowing how. And the characters have to deal with the fact that they're not coming back and try to figure that out.
It's why, like, if in a lot of cases, if a character comes back from the dead, that doesn't remove the... I think I'm supposed to, like, touch this. That doesn't remove the effects of their death.
Especially...
Let's talk about the cutscene. Analyzing Halo controls. Alright, so Cortana, this entire mission is just basically, hey, we want to get a map of Halo. We probably should have elaborated on that. Yeah.
And so it's called Halo because it's a circle.
Yes.
That's brilliant!
But what was I saying?
We were talking about consequences.
Yes.
And they have to earn bringing the characters back from the dead.
Yes.
Like, obviously we know that is because we know how stories work and we know how these movies work. Mm-hmm. That is going to be the end point, but we still have to see them get there. They can mess it up. I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know if they could mess it up. It could be bad.
Which is why, and I'm just gonna say this, that's why Superman's death in Batman Superman works, because he's going to come back.
But they have to get him back.
Yeah, they have in Justice League. They have to have a whole thing to get him back.
I do agree, and he's like kind of evil.
Yeah, because he's confused. Like there was a very clear chance of that going wrong, which is much better than what actually happens in the comics with his coming back. Because Like, yeah, also, Justice League wouldn't happen if he... Like, the plot of the Justice League movie wouldn't have happened if he hadn't died, because the entire point for Steppenwolf's invasion is, hey, Superman's death plunged the world into despair, so now it's ripe for the taking. Plus, there's no Guardian for it.
And even if you don't like the Justice League movie, you can admit it would be worse if Superman just randomly came back.
Yes.
It would be worse.
It would be a lot.
Like,
That arguably the best scene in the entire movie is when it's them fighting Superman.
Most people would probably agree with that.
When Flash is running around him, and you just see him like look,
and they play like that deranged version of the John Williams Superman theme. Yeah, the music in that movie is good, and I like how they use the classic music. It's cool.
I would prefer it if Hans Zimmer came back, because Hans Zimmer just is a god among music composers. But yeah, I thought Danny Elfman did a really good job with that movie.
So the problem with these other MCU movies is that things in them just happen. Not all of them, but in a lot of them, they they smooth things over real quick. Like Thor, the end of the first Thor, he destroys the Bifrost. In Avengers, he can get to Earth, and then in the beginning of the next Thor movie, it's back. We don't have to earn getting the Bifrost back. At the end of Iron Man 3, he destroys the suit and takes the thing out of his chest, and then he's back in the fight. You could say he's got a consequence because it ends up breaking him up with Pepper, but that happens off screen, and then he gets back together with her off screen as well.
So also him breaking the suits wasn't to say like, oh, he's never going to be Iron Man again. It's him saying, I'm not going to obsess over being Iron Man. I'm not going to use building suits as a coping mechanism. Which that was probably like my favorite part of Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3 is underrated.
Yes,
it is better than people think.
I agree that the decision for the Mandarin was dumb.
I don't think it was dumb.
The Mandarin, like, yes, he is, like in the comics, a racial stereotype, but he is Iron Man's main villain, and to only have him on screen as a joke is sort of not great. I thought if it was just Aldrich Killian, like, that movie would have been fine. Like, I also didn't feel like the Mandarin, like, added anything to it also.
It's a subversion of expectations because you expect it to be the big and it's sort of like, you know, because the funny thing about it is that, well, not funny like haha funny, like the weird thing about it is that basically the Mandarin is like a comment on the type of villain that the MCU then keeps making. He's just like Thanos. He's just like Ultron. He makes the big like statements that are good for the trailer, and says like interesting things, and like that's kind of what they're going for with that. Where it's like the villain doesn't have to be like this, but then the rest of the MCU movies kind of make the villain like that anyways, so it kind of doesn't matter. Yeah.
Like, I love the fact that for most of the movie, Iron Man isn't in a suit. Yeah. Like, I thought that they had to like find a way for Tony Stark to like really be clever, and like the whole like there's the part like where like his suit's coming back, but he only gets like one glove and one boot, and you have to figure out how to do it. It's just a good way of showing how creative and smart someone is.
It's a good movie. I think it's probably the best of the Iron Man trilogy, because the first Iron Man is good until a point, and then it falls into that third act problem that like every first phase MCU movie has. Like, well, I don't want to say that. Iron Man has that problem with the first two acts are really good, and then at the end it's like, oh, like he just fights a guy with the other Iron Man suit, and it's okay, but it's not like as good as the first two acts. Captain America has the same thing, where once he becomes Captain America and then he saves everyone in the unit, the last third of that movie is good, but it's not as strong as the first half, and it kind of falters. Avengers is similar, but
actually I feel like like Avengers, I feel like It's amazing to me that Avengers worked because most of the movie is just them in the helicarrier talking, but you're still like really engaged.
You're really engaged. My problem with it, and this is a problem I have with a lot of Joss Whedon writing, is that he likes to resolve things by just having a character die. Like the Avengers have all of this conflict. How does it get resolved for them to work together? Someone dies, and it's not even one of them.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the worst. It's not.
It's not the worst. I did
It's
like
not
the fact
awful,
that, I like
but-
how he portrayed like Nick Fury like actually just
Right.
manipulates them. I thought like he just gave them a little extra push. I thought that was cool.
That was good. Like I just feel like there could have been a better way. Not that it's like this is a bad way, but I feel like you could have done it better, and it might have worked a little
Also,
more.
I'd probably have to watch it again, but I felt like a lot of the conflict was just sort of like that one argument where they're all under the influence of the Mind Stone. I felt like you could have found more ways for them to like actually argue.
Well, and this is what makes I think Age of Ultron better. Objectively, not objectively, but like if I'm comparing Age of Ultron to the first Avengers without the context of the fact that obviously the first Avengers will be different because it is the first one,
Yes.
and the Age of Ultron is a sequel, so we can't just rely on the fact that these are all characters, which is the first one like relies heavily on the fact that this is the first time we're seeing these characters together. With Age of Ultron, the interactions and everything that makes the first one good is done better, but not like better enough probably for a lot of people.
And they had to like set up like just so much,
which
like,
they
other stuff.
shouldn't have done that.
They shouldn't have. But, like Avengers: Age of Ultron has the best interaction between them because you don't have to see the Avengers form for the first time and they're not already disbanded.
And the fights, like the not the fight scenes, like the conflict between them is more organic. There's more of it. They have conflicts over the Ultron thing. They have a conflict over the making Vision. They have conflicts about all these things, and it does fall into some of the same traps. Like Quicksilver dies again for like Scarlet Witch and like Hawkeye to feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Like, and they don't. They don't kill off anyone ever like meaningful. Like I hope Endgame's gonna correct this and they're gonna kill off Iron Man or Cap or both probably. Is this the end of the mission?
Yeah.
We did it. We haloed.
Alright. How long is that episode?
We're close to the end.
Alright.
We're not fully 20 minutes in.
We can. This is a good stopping point.
This is a good stopping point. Thank you for our third part of talking about Avengers while playing
Halo.
We're one of those YouTubers now. I would have been your daddy.
Your daddy.
Daddy.
Stop it.
This is a thing that baffles me about like because we are doing a Let's Play. We're going through the whole game, but like some YouTubers like just talk about things while they play video games.
That's what we've been doing.
No. What I mean, like they're playing just a random game, and it's not like part of a series of them doing the whole game. They're just I'm talking about this thing, and I'm just putting this
over it. Yeah,
yes,
I know what
this is what I'm not saying like they're kind of doing a little Let's Play thing. I'm talking about they're just playing the game as the footage.
It's just an easy way to have like just something on screen.
Yeah.
Like so, I have to like show their face or animate something.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I should be playing this. So we're gonna stop now. We're gonna just stop. See you guys next time.